Welcome back, everyone, to Smug and Play, the show that's going through all of PC gamers' gaming demo CDs from the mid to late 90s. We have arrived now at July of 1995, and another fantastic game. My favorite on the disc. This will be my nomination for Pick of the Disc. I think,
Giving it away, huh?
well, this is an overlooked classic. At least the series itself, I think, is criminally overlooked. And that is Jagged Alliance by Surtech Software. Surtech, in this case, kind of being the publisher more than anything else, they worked with MadLab Software, which is another like boutique, like three-person software team to make this game and this series. I think they later merged into Surtech. Jagged Alliance is, on the surface, it's a very XCOM-like game. It is a turn-based tactical game with an overhead perspective, and it has a lot of mechanical elements that are very much like XCOM in that, you have like action points, and you have stamina, something like stamina, which is called breath in this game, and you have health, and you can administer med kits, and you can shoot things, and and it's a squad-based tactics game, right? But it actually introduces a lot of little wrinkles that differentiates it not just from XCOM, but pretty much any game that had sort of this sort of overhead tactical action. So let's hop into it. So, Jagged Alliance, the story of it is kind of interesting, but basically, there's this island in the South Atlantic called Metavira that was used for like nuclear testing, and as a result, it created this like mutant tree species that can't propagate, but has these incredible healing properties that the researchers quickly realize are going to make them a total gold mine. Of course, because they can't propagate, the only source of the medicine made from these trees is going to be there on that island.
It seems like a common 1995 story. I mean, it's sort of Rise of the Triad story too, but
well,
like invading an island, it's a little bit different.
This is a small. This is basically these are some researchers gone bad. One of the researchers' assistants basically gets some mercenaries and then tries to get the other researchers basically like force them off the island so they can monopolize control over these trees and the trade that's going to result. And you're on the other side of that, Jack Richards and Brenda, trying to hire your own mercenaries to be able to take back the island and I guess have control over those trees yourself. Presumably you're the good guys and you're trying to make its amazing healing properties available to the world and at a reasonable price. I don't really know. This is this is interesting. I mean, this is kind of a big pharma sort of storyline here. I guess it does have some resonances. But what's important about this is not just the story, but also the way that Jagged Alliance blends elements from a whole bunch of other genres. And XCOM did this as well. XCOM has sort of this base building and geoscape system that is reminiscent of other games like almost like SimCity and stuff like that. But what Jagged Alliance does is it borrows from RPGs and it borrows from 4X games like Civilization, in that as we continue to expand our control over the map of this island, we'll have control of more trees, and then we'll have more money, and we can use that to buy more supplies and hire more mercenaries. And what it borrows from RPGs is that the mercenaries that we hire aren't just aren't just like the sum of their stats. They also have deep, backstories, including history with each other that plays out in the game. So you might hire two mercenaries that in the past one had betrayed the other and they hate each other and they can't work with each other, or they require bribes, or they work with each other for a while and then have a falling out and then they disappear. So there are all these extra little wrinkles to it that make it unique. And unfortunately, in this demo, we only get sort of the tactical side of it. We don't see so much of the team management and recruitment side, but it's a major part of this, and I think it's so interesting. This blend of elements from genres that you wouldn't expect to intermix. So they give us this kind of starting team to play with: Ice, Smoke, Gary, Hurl, Jimmy, and Fox. I think of them, only Ice and maybe Smoke can like aim worth a damn, and Fox has a lot of turn points, but she can't hit anything. And like they give her a med kit, so she's very useful for healing. It's one of those games where they make the woman the designated healer. Jimmy, I don't really know what Jimmy's used for. He can't hit the broadside of a barn, nor does he have any other special talents that I know of. I'm sure people will correct me on that. But so this is our basic tactical view here. We can select a character like Ice, and then we can have him use a certain number of his action points to walk. For instance, we can have him walk into cover.
And I always burn all my points on walking and then can't do anything.
And then can't shoot anyone.
Yeah. They say this, but they're gonna miss.
Well, so
or at least if you hit the first time, you always miss the second time. That's my
Ice has a chance. Well, there's no way he's gonna hit him from here.
So that's what he just said. He said he can hit him from there.
I know you can't trust everything that Ice tells you. So obviously these are all personalities, and they talk throughout the game, and they emote and interact with each other, which adds like another level of interest here. As with XCOM in the early going, it's really about getting into position more than anything else. So, and in XCOM, we can, if we want to make it less likely that we're going to get shot, we can do things like if we hold down Alt and click, he'll go into like a crouch position. Let's get out Mr. Smokey here. And the trees are very useful for cover, not just for you, but definitely for the enemy. And I really love the streamlined interface as well. So if I right click on one of these character portraits, I can set him to use maximum points for aim. I can set it to reserve points so that I always have enough for like a shot. I can mute him if I get tired of listening to him. Double click shows me, it selects a character and shows me where he is so that I can find him on the map. Like there are so many little niceties. It basically uses the keyboard just to do modifiers. So I hit done here, the opponents will take their turn and start wandering out of the jungle.
Interrupt.
So I have the opportunity to, with this character, interrupt their turn. It's sort of like, Jagged Alliance's version of like reaction fire, but you have the opportunity to do whatever you want. I can move around, I can throw a grenade or something like that. At this point, I'm way too far away and have far too few turn points to be able to do much. But, I can advance and get in position. I think behind this tree wouldn't be the worst spot. So
before I knew anything about this story, I thought this was some sort of Bay of Pigs simulation.
Oh, because of the island?
Yeah. The like mercenary and the island sort of thing. And then I was disappointed. It was about science.
You were disappointed that it was about science and medicine. You were hoping it was about like Che Guevara and visually you see all these palm
you
trees.
invade and then you find all these like nuclear missile sites.
Right?
It's like a Cuban missile crisis kind of thing. But I don't know. I never had the tactical RPG itch, but
oh really? I got it. I got the tactical RPG itch bad, so we're gonna take a shot at Mr. Healthy here.
Mr. Healthy.
Uh-oh.
Command and Conquer was coming out pretty soon, and I would have liked that. But I guess I appreciate that they made a game that could play on 386s. Like, not everybody had opinion.
Right.
And,
Well, yeah, you need a 386 with 8 megs
of
RAM, though. Otherwise, you're going to be swapping.
Well, I don't think this is using 8 megs at all times. I think it's okay to use the JVM.
Use the Java Virtual Machine in this thing.
Yeah.
Well, so poor Jimmy. Jimmy, you got too far to go, man. I'll bring it. Hey, this is a good aisle for us. The only thing I don't like about, I love tactical RPG games, obviously, XCOM, and in the Jagged Alliance series, the second one, Jagged Alliance 2, like Gold, is my favorite, and it expands on a lot of the stuff in here. The only thing that I don't like about this game that I think a lot of other people probably were turned off by is that it just takes forever to resolve any encounter, because it's you don't want to just like go right at the enemy and be out in the open. You'll get gunned down. So you have to play very positionally, but playing positionally takes time. It takes time to set up everyone, get them in the right areas, and then sometimes the opponents will show less interest in you or do something smart like go behind those trees and then gun down my best merc is going on right now. Unfortunately, the enemy is not very stupid, and so battles can become protracted. Let's say that they're in a pretty good position here behind those trees. Like if I try to take out one of these guys, what's going to happen here? Yeah, see, I'm hitting palms. That's what's happening. I don't know. I don't think that did anything either. Oh, there we go. He's in shrubs. You're in shrubs, sir. Well, I'm just going to go duck into cover real quick. Thank you very much. Do you have any...
Well, I would ask you, how would you compare this to XCOM for yourself without offending people from either
Without
camp?
offending people from different camps? There's enough space in the world for both XCOM and Jagged Alliance. If you like XCOM, you're going to like this game as well. I'd be interested to know from people who watch this if there are things about Jagged Alliance or XCOM that make it more appealing to them than the other. They are different, but they're the same in more ways in that they take this sort of tactical game and then mix in all these elements from other genres to make it more interesting. So yeah, I don't know. It's not like I would be like it's better or it's worse. It's different, and it's different in a way that makes it just as interesting as XCOM's. I'm getting wrecked here because Jimmy's hanging out. Oh, that was very unfortunate. Nice. So his breath.
Is there an undo?
His breath is due. Yeah, you just hit Command Z and it will. No, of course there's no undo. Are you kidding? How do you think this works? Okay, Jimmy.
Maybe the JVM has save states or something. I guess you can save. That makes sense.
I'm gonna mark and sweep. That's what I'm gonna do. Please hit. Thank you. Can I get another one on him? Maybe I should take it out of one of these guys. I don't know. Okay, he's done. Smoke can now go back into cover. No, that was a good turn. Smoke made a real contribution. Okay, obviously I have a problem with tactical games and that I can just play them for all time. Do you have any other comments about this? Did you get into this for any period of time for this?
I did. I did about as poorly as you. I don't know. It's like
he's doing great.
It's a lot of work because it's okay. I mean, it's easy to get out in the open and shoot people, but then
right.
You have to take cover again, and you have to think about a lot of things,
Yeah, yeah. It is very tactical. You can't just go out guns blazing, and that slows the game down a lot. Which is nice, but the thing is, you're gonna take a whole afternoon to play through a scenario. I mean, as I'm doing this, I'm getting fewer and fewer action points per turn because my character's getting tired. Their breath is decreasing, as they call it in this. This was a good plan, though. Thank you, Smug. See, now Smug can't get into cover, so I can try lying down and hope that they miss me. Do you have anything else to add before we tick over to our next game? I say try this out, and if you don't want to play this on PC, they have a port of this actually to the Nintendo DS, which is interesting. I didn't know
they
that
have a
existed.
board game too.
They have a board game?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'd be interested to find out how that board game goes. But this is a very interesting game. Highly recommended for me. But we'll abort
Board
and
and no.
return to real life.
Oh.